Hello Cruising World, Mick the Suit Guy with you. Today I'm going to show you all about what Virgin just announced in their new pricing structure. It's kind of a bit like an airplane when you got different types of economy. But what they did starting on October the 7th, oh look who's come to join me. She's been hiding all day and I didn't know where she was, and she just appeared from underneath Julie's dresses. You coming up? You've made a lot of appearances lately. Are you coming up? Come on. You know you want to. Come on. Come on. Come on. This is not good TV. There you go. Told you she was there. I didn't know where she was all afternoon, and she just literally appeared from, like I said, sleeping under Julie's dresses. Anyway, so Virgin just announced a new fare structure. Don't you dare touch that. Where typically for their Sea Terrace and below. Well, it is for their Sea Terrace and below. So I'm going to show you what they did, what it means, and help you out with your choices. So let's. Oh God, she never makes it easy, does she? This damn cat. Let's start. Portman, what are you doing? This is not, as always, at all very professional. Oh my God! Now I've lost my page. Here we go. So we're going to walk you through this, and look, that's my screen. Oh, God. Never work with children or animals. I say it every time, and we're going to say it again. All right, so let's take a cruise. I'm going to hide you from Portman for a while. Right, that's it. You'll hear me reacting in the background when she goes crazy. All right, so I looked at this cruise, February 22nd to March 4th, 2027. There's St. Ives and sun-soaked seas. So basically, this is the old price in the way they did it. So, and if the sound goes off, it's because she won't leave my screen alone. You had a central Sea Terrace, a lock-it-in rate, and they were set prices. It included gratuities, Wi-Fi, and all that good stuff. And the new pricing is going to include most of all that, except gratuities, which we'll explain. So, we'll look at the Sea Terrace mostly. We'll take a quick look at the lock-it-in rates as well later. But there, your Sea Terrace, $5,402. That's for two people. So if you went to pay a deposit on that, oh, for God's sake, you can't see what's going on. I might sneakily show you here. Your deposit there is $944.44, and that is worth noting. You'll see why later. But that is your price. It doesn't change. That includes everything, yada, yada, yada. So what they did, they've come out with a base, an essential, and a premium. The essential is basically the same as what you're used to if you've cruised Virgin. The base is going to be like with no frills, and the premium is with all the frills. So we'll take a quick look at what's in each one. So in the base, you get basic Wi-Fi, pre-book your dining 15 days before sail date. Right now it's 45. By the way, anybody that's currently booked will go to 60 days. Remember that. If you are currently booked before October the 7th, your date for booking your restaurants is going to be 60 days. You are grandfathered into the changes, which you'll see in a second. Your cabin selection will be assigned at booking. It's subject to change up to 7 days before sailing. Very important to note that. Just because you pick a cabin doesn't mean you're going to keep it. Cancellation policy is non-refundable. There is no grace period, not even 24 hours. No changes permitted on if there's a different fare comes out. No name changes allowed at all, and your bar tab, you'll have to purchase it separately. Just about like I'm about to purchase a new cat. So basically that's a no thrills price. Again, equate it to getting economy on a flight. They usually have the 3 different levels of economy. This is the lowest level, the basic economy, basic inclusions. The essential, this is what you're used to. You get the classic Wi-Fi, pre-book your dining 45 days before sailing. Full choice of changes permitted on your cabin selection. Cancellation policy is all there. I'm not going to read all that out. Fare flexibility permitted. Name changes. Your lead sailor is locked in. Name changes permitted for sailors 2 to 4 only. But they have said they will be flexible if your lead sailor cannot go, as long as one person on the original booking stays on the booking. They have said they will be flexible in that. Whether they honour that or not, I doubt it. I very much believe they will, because Virgin's pretty good with that sort of thing. But that is what they said to us. So as long as one person on the booking stays the same, you'll be okay. And the bar tab again is available to purchase separately. And if you do the premium, then you're going to get the premium Wi-Fi. Pre-book your dining 60 days before, which is the same as all existing bookings will be. Full choice of changes permitted on your cabin selection. There is your cancellation policy. Fare flexibility is all in there. Name changes permitted for all sailors, which is very good. And you'll get a $15 credit per sailor per day. And you can always purchase more as well. Bear in mind that is an average per day. You can use it all in one day if you wanted to. Again, this is what I'm told. And you'll get a dedicated priority line with sailor services. So they are the three new options that you are going to have. As far as Rockstar and Mega Rockstar, they're basically going to stay the same, except you're going to be able to pre-book your dining from 120 days prior to departure. So that's the one change there. 120 days now. I believe it was 90 days before. But now you are 120 days before departure, you may book your dining. A quick look at the different Wi-Fi options they have now. They have basic, classic, premium, and work from sea. I'm going to just go over these really briefly. There's your basic. This is what you get with your lock-it-in rates and your base fare on the Sea Terrace we just showed you, one per sailor, and it's really only good for messaging, social media, and browsing. Then you got the classic, which is the essential new fare, so the middle of the three, and Rockstar quarters, including lock-it-in. They're going to get one per sailor, and you'll see all the details there. I don't want to read it all out. You can freeze the screen and read if you like. And then they have premium, which comes with the premium one. Oh, you don't even know what this cat is doing. You'll probably see her on the side of the screen. This is all over the place. I woke her up. This is the problem. And then you get the voyage pass on the premium, and you got all the pricing there. You can do it per day. Oh, nope, she's broken it off completely now. I gotta look. This has now come off. This is about to go off, and I don't even know what's going on here. This is a disaster. All right, so back to this. So as you can see, oh, for God's sake. Yeah, you want to sing into the microphone now? Is that what you want to do? Oh God, never. Oh, don't even. Anyway, there's your pricing, and that's how many you get per sailor. And then you can do a pre-voyage pass per day. So you'll see what the 24-hour pass is, and you see the price. Oh God, I have to rely on you to read all this. And then you got the work from sea, which you get with the Mega Rockstar, not the Rockstar, the Mega Rockstar. It comes with that, and you can get all those prices there, and that's how much it will cost to upgrade it and everything. So can you let me finish? So that's the Wi-Fi now. I don't know if they had the work from sea before. That's new. I don't remember that. But that's basically the Wi-Fi differences. Now the MNVV is the My Next Virgin Voyage certificates you buy when you are on board for your future cruise discounts, which is a very good thing. These will now, they're from Sea Terrace and above only. So these will now apply to the new rules of the base, essential, and premium. So whereas before you could basically be on an essential, now you have the choice, and you can read all the things you can do with it there. Again, I'm going to try and keep this as brief as possible, not go into it in too much detail, because a lot of you watching this won't even know what that is. But it's a future cruise credit, basically, you buy on board. And these are what you get for that on a 4 to 5 night voyage. You save $150 on your voyage fare, blah, blah, blah. So you can see what you get. So the longer the cruise, the more discounts you get. Oh, she's got off. She just jumped off. After she destroyed my table, she jumped off. As far as your blue extras and your deep blue extras and your Club 485C members, it doesn't really change. You're going to get the same benefits on all of that good stuff there. It doesn't really matter on the base, essential, and premium. You're still going to get all of those. Your gratuities. This is the biggest difference. Your gratuities are now going to show. I'll be honest, and I'll go over this why at the end. I don't know why they're doing this, but I'll show you all this, and then I'll give you my rationale afterwards. But basically, your gratuities used to be included in the fare. Now they are basically an add-on. $20 if you pre-book, $22 if you do it on board the ship. So shush, I'm trying to talk here. Oh, you're coming back up again. Oh, for God's sake. Again, there you go. So that's the pricing. You'll be on a 4-day voyage, a 7-day voyage, 10-day voyage, depending on which one you do, prepaid or on board. And as you're going to see in a moment, you get the choice to add it before the cruise or not. But there is a catch to it, kind of catch, as you'll see. So we'll go back to that cruise I was showing you in the first place, and now we're going to show you the pricing under the new rules because they just started. So it's actually a nice little itinerary, that, isn't it? Miami, St. Martin, Tortola, St. Kitts and Nevis, Antigua, and the beach club at Bimini. All right, apologies if there was some bad editing there. We had an animal malfunction, and we had to just take a break for a second, and then just calm this down, and it really hasn't worked, as you can see, so I just gave up. But yeah. Anyways, so as I was saying, we're looking at this oh, for God's sakes, this itinerary. Right, we're going to walk you through the new pricing. One thing I want to show you first, and I don't know if this was there before, but you've got there, you can filter cabins by price now. So if you hit the $1, the $2 or the $3, it's going to basically filter it by price. I think you pretty much know that if you're cruising anyway. But if you do the $1, you're going to get the insider cabins. If you do the $, you're going to get the Sea View and the Sea Terrace. And if you do the $, you're going to get the rock stars. It's fairly obvious, and I don't think many people use that because they'll know. But I don't know if that was there before. I'm not saying it wasn't, but I don't remember seeing that before. Anyways, so we're going to go back to that itinerary I showed you before I was so rudely interrupted. I'm going to show you a quick example of the lock-it-in rate, but we're going to concentrate on the Sea Terrace. And I don't know what the edit's like, but probably a terrible edit, but what can I say? She just wants to be front and center right now. Anyway, so let's have a look at the lock-it-in rate real quick. Oh, one thing I also want you to notice, I noticed when I was going in there, sometimes it gives you the rate per day, and occasionally, or more often actually, it gives you the rate for the whole cruise. So there's no rhyme or reason to it. It changed as it wanted to. Anyways, so we're going to look at this Sea Terrace lock-it-in rate. It's $2,090 per sailor. So you notice the price now is per sailor instead of by the cabin. So that is one difference to be aware of. Didn't used to do that. It always used to be the price of the whole cabin. So you're also going to see this screen come up every single time. There's add-ons. I'm not going to show it every time we go through these examples. I'm just going to show you it once. But it gives you the option to add voyage protection and various price bar tabs, and you'll see the bonus you get for booking those bar tabs in between. So you can add those up front. Now, it says on the left, circled in blue, you've chosen the Sea Terrace lock-it-in rate, and it says, for this sweet deal, there are no refunds, date changes, and no voyage credits. Blah. It's basically the base fare rules. So you book it, that's it, right? $4,180 now is your total. And you'll see it above it, prepay service gratuities. You have the option to add them. So this is without the service gratuities. Stop it, I'm trying to talk here. She wants to get out, I'm not going to let her out. So this is the prepay service gratuities. Up front is $400. And notice underneath there, your minimum due today to secure your cabin is $700. Okay? If you add the gratuities, you have to prepay them. Now, on most other cruise lines, it just gets included in the cost and you pay it as you go. I don't think I know of any other cruise lines where you prepay the gratuities. So that is one thing to be very aware of. Your deposit is going to go up by the cost of those gratuities. So there is that. And you can add them at any point during the rest of the process if you don't want to do it right now. But, or you pay the $2 extra per person on board. Anyways, so that's that on the lock-it-in rate. So, but we're going to concentrate. It's going to be very similar on the Sea Terrace. Apart from you're going to get the choice of your base, essential, and premium. Obviously, you're not going to get on the lock-it-in rate. So when you select the Sea Terrace, there you go. You got your base, you got your essential, you got your premium, and it repeats everything I showed you earlier about what you get. And then at the bottom, you've got your prices for the cabin now, not per person. That's the entire cabin for based on 2 people. So remember, Virgin does do some solo cabins. Very few in the Sea Terrace area, more in the Insider and the Sea View. But you can get them every now and then. But anyway, All this is based on 2 people. So you're looking at the base, $4,782. And again, you would have that screen came up with all the bar tab add-ons. And I'm just going to show you the same thing through and through. Your gratuities are going to be 400 every time. They don't change based on the different Sea View Terrace. I'm not sure if they change on the Rockstar or not, but they may be more expensive there. But knowing Virgin, they do not. But I'm really concentrating on the Sea Terrace now. So your $820.40 is your deposit. Now, if you remember the example I showed you from previous or prior to this coming in on October the 7th, so on October the 6th, it was about the same price. The deposit was $944. So if you don't prepay the gratuities, your deposit goes down. If you prepay the gratuities, your deposit goes up. It's now $1,220.40 instead of the $944 it was before. So, and basically I can flick you through the others real quick. It's going to be the same. If I do the essential, we've got the price at the bottom there. You've got what you get. And then it's going to be the same principle. $864 deposit, $5,000 total. If you add the gratuities, you're now $5,400. Which is about the exact same price as it was before the change came in. But your deposit is now $1,264. So you can see with the premium, just one more to show you, $5,902. So let's briefly take a look at this. So the $5,000 without the gratuities is about the same as it was before October the 7th. Okay, they told me it was going to be about a 10% increase for the premium. That's more like 20%. And they said it was going to be that's about the same difference they said between base and essential. So I really don't think there's a big deal between getting essential over base. If you look at that, it's a couple of $100. And this is a 10-day cruise. So I don't know. I probably would get the essential over the base. The premium, you get a decent amount with it. If you need the Wi-Fi, it's more important. Maybe to get that. And I always break it down. So that's 10 days times 2 people. So that's $902. That's $451 a person. Divide that by 10. That's $45 a person a day. And look at what you get for that $45. If you want the extra Wi-Fi, it can be a big deal. But if you don't really need the Wi-Fi and you don't think you're going to have any name changes, or all of you aren't going to change your name, probably better sticking with the essential. But this is a choice you have to make yourself. So weigh it up. And don't just say, oh, $5,900. Say it's $5,900 or it's $5,000. So it's $900 difference divided by 2 people, divided by the number of days, and then look at the difference of what you get. That's the way I look at it. Is it worth it? For us, we need the Wi-Fi really badly, so we would probably do the premium. But we'd have to look at it cruise by cruise and see what the difference would be. And again, just to clarify, you've got your deposit there, $1,044 without the gratuities, $1,444.40 with the gratuities. So that's the one thing that's kind of a big change, is that the deposits are going to go up, because if you book the gratuities, you have to prepay them. Now, here's my thing about why they, I see why they did the gratuities now, and I'm going to be skeptical on this because they wanted higher deposits. They're also giving you the option to take gratuities off when you get on board, not if you prepay them. But if you wait till you go on board, they're going to apply them to your account. You can go up and take them off. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to give people the opportunity to do that you've never had before? So to me, I would have just left the gratuities where they are. For their perspective, they're getting a higher deposit, which in the scheme of things, it's mostly a non-refundable. These are refundable as credit. They're not refundable as money. So you could get it back if you're going on another Virgin cruise, but you're not going to get your money back. So bear that in mind also. Lots of things to look at and think about. Overall, it's a mixed thing for me. I don't like the gratuities idea, but I like the flexibility to be able to choose and get more Wi-Fi if you want. And I like the fact that the essential fare is basically the same, apart from the gratuities thing. So it's all going to hinge around gratuities. So that's going to what people are going to like or not like. And ultimately, it's only $2 a person more to pay it on board. If you don't want to pay that high deposit, you can add them down the line. But you're going to have to pay for them as soon as you add them. Just bear that in mind. So yeah, that's a quick view at what Virgin is doing right now with their new loyalty, with their new fare changes. This is from Sea Terrace and below. So be aware. And I apologize for my cat making that incredibly difficult to do. She's 16. She shouldn't be this energetic. She's still walking around. You probably hear her. You want to come say goodbye? Come here. She's like a dog. If I call her, she'll come to me. Come on, come up here. Come on, you want to say goodbye. You got to say goodbye. Come on. Nobody's watching anymore. They all turned off. But some people might be waiting to say goodbye to you. Come here. There you go. She wants to say goodbye. After you destroyed my little set here, say goodbye. Say, would you want to cruise Virgin? Yes, I want to cruise Virgin. I love Virgin. We do love Virgin. And I don't think there's anything bad. I just a bit skeptical about how they did the gratuities. Subscribe if you'd like to. She's not here every video, I promise you. She wouldn't have been on this one, but she was sleeping in the back. I didn't even know she was in here. I will see you later, Cruising World. Well, thanks for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you haven't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell. You'll get notifications when future videos come out. And also you'll see to the left and right of me, there are some more of my videos you can watch. Also, you can join my lovely little channel here. Hit that join button next to the subscribe button on my main page. We have 3 different levels you can join at. And if you join at the highest level, I will name a suit after you. And every time I wear that suit, I'll have your name in the pocket. I will sing your name to the rafters, maybe even at karaoke.